Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, another Swiss 001 video. Now welcome back to the flight simulator, and right in front of us we have this CRJ200 by Bombardier, and we're actually here again to have a little bit of fun in the flight simulator. Now, today I thought we could simulate a very interesting case. But again, the CRJ200, not particularly a super modern plane anymore. I mean, it has aged quite a bit. No, but even this plane pretty much runs fully on software. As you can see, the instruments, but also the in-flight systems, everything pretty much runs on automations and computers. Let's simulate a crash of that today. And well, there's actually no better way to simulate this than in the actual flight simulator, because in this one we can also break it apart. Here we have the plugin admin, which shows us every system that is running right now in the flight simulator. That could be anything from scenery, maybe these moving objects that you can see right here at the airport. For example, this little guy here is moving. I think we can just turn it off by disabling this one. Yep, that literally worked. We've killed a guy. Alright, that's how it works. And we can also, of course, play around with the planes here. We can just deactivate them and make them crash. And then the challenge, of course, is to try to get the plane landed anyway. So let's go ahead and just take off real quick. There we go. This is not a particularly long runway, but the CRJ is not a particularly big plane either, so, you know, this kind of works, I hope. Yeah, I haven't flown the CRJ in the sim for a while, and honestly, I have not missed it. I genuinely haven't. But let's go ahead and take off. Come on. Alright, there we go. 130 knots. We can go ahead and set off to a flight. And you know what? Let's just crash the systems already. We don't want to waste time, do we? There we go. We can just disable the aircraft plugin. And we have lost the instruments. Pretty much. Is that all that is to it? Luckily enough, I can still control the plane. I still have full control of the pitch, of the yawing, and the roll as well, so that is no problem. But what I have lost here, I'm moving my throttle right now, is throttle control. Even using these doesn't work. We have literally lost throttle control of the aircraft there. By the way, we have lost the entire cockpit, basically. I don't think any of these switches will do anything. Yeah, no. I mean, this is actually quite a problem now, since we are right now running at full power, and well, we have to land in some way, of course. But we cannot stop this plane. The only thing that will actually stop this plane is having it run out of fuel. So let's just do that real quick then. Alright, let's just go ahead and fully drain this plane out. We have 0 flight time left, 0 kilograms of fuel. I think now the plane should die. There we go, it's finally died. Okay, I mean, really, if you have lost all the buttons on board and you need to somewhat get these engines off, having it just run out of fuel is probably the only solution that you have. And I think we are now going to definitely have to land, and that's where we run into, I think, another issue, and that's the landing gear. I don't think that will come out. Oh wow. Okay, luckily the landing gear still works. Let's see if the flaps actually still work. That could be interesting. And oh yes, they do. Alright, everything here works. So what we now have is a landing without instruments and without engines, but we have plenty of speed, and our airport is just to the left of us. We can easily come in for a landing. Let's hope that we can maintain control of this plane. Right now the controls are starting to get a little to the stiffer side, so that could be a little challenging. Let's see if we can do this anyway though. But damn, none of this works. That's interesting. Alright, you know what? Let's actually just turn in for the final approach here. This is going to be a little bit of a, well, stunt landing. Let's hope that we actually make it to the airfield. I don't really have full control of this plane, and I really don't like that. Now, I don't know what is actually making these jet sounds. I think that's the APU that's still running. We cannot turn that off, but I guess that's fine because the APU is providing us with the ability to control this plane still, which is probably fortunate. Alright, now we're coming in for a final approach, and things are actually looking good. We have a reasonable speed. Let's just hope that we can somewhat get this plane landed down here and also stop. This is not the longest runway. Maybe it was not the smartest idea to go for this little airport. I mean, there's literally Nice Airport, which is a huge international airport just a few miles away. That was probably not that smart, but let's see if we can get this plane landed down here. Alright, coming in for a landing. Oh, this is gonna be a hard landing. I can already feel it. Oh, Jesus. All right then, but we have landed. All right, a successful landing, not particularly a smooth one, even though we lost everything. Damn. Okay. All right, now we can try a bigger add-on plane, maybe even a more complex one where we can deactivate a little bit more or something. Here in the flight simulator, how about a 777? Let's go ahead. All right, there we go. Welcome on board. And actually, we don't have to deactivate anything because the plane is pretty much broken at the moment already. Just when spawning in, this is totally a nice add-on aircraft for sure. No, genuinely, as we can hear right now, there is no sound coming from the engines, even though they are kind of running. I don't know, but let's set this plane off into the air and see if we can somewhat maintain flight of it. There we go. Welcome aboard a flying 777 that we can actually control. And, well, not really. And yeah, of course, that's where the fun part begins. Okay, what can we actually still do? Landing gear won't come up. Nope, that doesn't work. Flaps is not responsive. Literally nothing but control works. We have no engines, of course, either, which is why we are going to have to get this plane landed immediately. Okay, let's just come in for a very steep turn. I'm not comfortable doing this, but we have to do it to somewhat return back to the airport, which is down here. I mean, this is literally now a pretty huge plane, this 777 here. Like half as long as the runway itself, but let's just see how well we can do it. Okay, come on. This is gonna be a pretty hard landing again. Let me just say that. All right, we've genuinely lost everything now. All right, now this is quite a bit harder. We have lost a lot more of the control. I'm quite happy about the landing gear at least being out, but now we need to get this plane somewhat landed, and we're coming in very fast. All right, above these trees, not crash into a mountainside, and now the pretty short runway. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, we have come to a very successful stop there. Let's check out how this touchdown went. There we go. Already this approach was looking very stable. No worries at all. Didn't crash into any trees, and that was the landing. Oh yeah, the whole plane is literally broken apart now. Actually, though, this might have been a survivable landing. I mean, at least we did impact some sort of a runway. Yeah, that is an impact on the runway at least. So that's alright, but that hasn't worked. Oh, and that is the 777 for you. Not particularly a successful landing there. Oh, what else could we try? I mean, we could also try somewhat of an old plane. For example, the 737-200. How well does this plane fly, even when you lose all the systems on board? All right, welcome aboard an old school plane now. This has no screens. I mean, it has this radar, but that's all there is to it. Let's see how well that one flies without them. Even though I think that breaking this add-on plane here will even make this plane totally unfunctional. So let's just see. We're coming in for a nice takeoff, and this plane is way too loud. Jesus Christ. All right, now we have taken off, and you know what? Let's just deactivate the plane already and see how that turns out here. All right, plug in admin. Let's see. All right, we have deactivated, and well, we have lost full control of the aircraft. Literally everything's gone, and that was actually a pretty survivable crash, wasn't it? All right, yeah, that hasn't worked out. Deactivating the whole plane will break apart the whole plane. We literally lost everything. Obviously not survivable in a 737. I mean, what we can try is actually getting this plane to a higher altitude than usual. There we go, 170 knots or something, and then just turn it off. And well, we have lost everything. Of course, something still works, and that is actually the throttle input. That is interesting, but literally everything else is gone. So that means this plane will eventually crash into the ocean. Now that's not particularly good. All right. Oh, I kind of want to see the Concorde now, actually. All right, welcome aboard the Concorde, a plane that I kind of fear to fly because it's so complicated. And well, of course, we can break that apart as well. Let's go ahead and, you know, just get this plane to somewhat fly. There we go. All right, there we go. We have managed to take off the Concorde. Let's put the landing gear in, and let's deactivate the plane. Like, what does that do? Some plugin that we've deactivated, but the plane still flies perfectly fine. Still 100% control. Let's go ahead and get the main plugin gone then. Oh, wow, that has not, what the hell? Why is it all yellow? All right, we have now lost this plane pretty much. We have no sound, but the plane is still controllable. It's not particularly realistically responding to my inputs, and this is genuinely scary now. Let's go and try to put the landing gear down, which, that doesn't work. You can You can hear I'm trying to press the key, but it doesn't work. So we have to get this plane somewhat landed, I guess. Oh, damn. Well, something that we do still have is actually the controls of the flight. You can still control throttle and still control pitch and roll and everything, even though it doesn't show any animations anymore, but we can still have control of the plane itself, right? Let's hope this just goes all well, right? Hope this plane doesn't fly at all anymore. Jesus. Oh, it hasn't gone as well as I'd hoped. It was genuinely sad. Jesus Christ. It's gone. Damn, what was that? Yeah, Concorde. You shouldn't lose all systems on board at this point. Alright, now we have got a modern 737, the MAX 10, which also has an integrated system failure, and that's the MCAS. I'm just kidding, of course. Let's see here. What can we do? X-Lua, we can get rid of that. Oh, wow, that has severely damaged the plane. Oh my god. Holy shoot. Alright, now something's happened. We have a person standing on the wing, which is interesting. That is the de-icing truck for sure, which is doing interesting moves, and we have lost everything. Literally everything on this aircraft is gone. We can do nothing, right? Yep. Okay, plane is completely dead. Alright, I mean, this is pretty fun anyway. The de-icing truck has stopped now. I don't think that person should be standing on the wing. I think should be standing right under the wing. I don't know, but we're coming in for a smooth landing here in the trees, am I right? I mean, this could be a pretty survivable crash. Here we go. Okay, we're crashing into some houses. That's not particularly survivable. Or maybe, oh, yeah, okay. That's we've landed in a vineyard or something. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, that's totally a realistic simulation of what happens when you do that to a 737 MAX. So, yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night.